Hey guys, welcome to Tennessee Fan Talk. Another episode coming your way. But first, while the ads are playing and intro and all that other, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. 90-something% of our viewers are not subscribed, so go ahead, click it. We'll wait.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right, guys, welcome back. As always, we got the Duke, myself, Brandon Bird, kicking off another episode of Tennessee Fan Talk. This week's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about Hendon Hooker and the lack of respect that he just gets from ESPN and some of the other places. Some great articles out there, especially by Fansided, if you're not a fan of Fansided.
Is that automatopoeia?
Check them out. They had a really good article on the hatred for him and then how Athlon Sports had stepped up and stood behind him. So great job picking that up, guys. After we talk about Hendon Hooker, we do want to continue on and talk about one team from the East, one team from the West, pick them out, make our predictions. Duke, who do you want to go for today?
Do I get to pick the East or the West?
You get to pick them both.
I get to pick them both?
Yeah.
So then I guess we need to go with South Carolina because they're getting so much run. It's crazy.
Okay.
I mean, what have they shown? Not a dang thing. I mean, ooh, they got Spencer Rattler. Ooh. And then from the West?
And from the
you'll stay in the same color palette and go with Arkansas?
I had it in my head for Arkansas. That's great.
Perfect.
Yes, we will go with Arkansas and South Carolina when we get to that segment of the show. Special thanks to the guys that watched last week's show. Don't have a lot of views on it right this minute as we're doing this, but hey, we are 32 days, as we are recording right now, 32 days, 19 hours from kickoff. That doesn't quite add up, does it? That's right, because it was moved.
It's a Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday. Vols, for the second year in a row, moved their season opener from Saturday to Thursday. So now, Thursday, September 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern, Ball State. And, of course, as we get to the week prior to that game, we'll do a show on that game.
Sounds about right. I mean, I like a Thirsty Thursday game. It probably works good for the college kids. Take Friday off. Long weekend.
I can see your opener on that right now. Welcome to Thirsty Thursday.
You want to get, you're going to be celebrating a win. Should be on Thursday against Ball State anyway. Should be. So the bars on the strip will be popping in Knoxville.
And then maybe we get to record the show on Friday instead of over the weekend.
Hey, that gives us more time to drink, too.
There we go. Got it down. Hendon Hooker, guys, that steps in, replacing Joe Milton, had some struggles in the beginning, learning this fast-tempo offense, had some overthrow problems himself, finally settled down. He's had a whole year under his belt. He's had an off-season under his belt, and Josh Heupel says he is the man going in. He has not gotten much respect from everyone else, though. Okay, so we'll talk about ESPN in particular. They put their quarterback in 25 tiers. Okay. Tier 1, they say Heisman or bust, top 3 players: Ohio State, C.J. Stroud; USC's Caleb Williams; and, of course, Alabama's Bryce Young. I agree with maybe 2 of the 3 of those.
Yeah. Ohio State and Alabama, I absolutely agree.
Yep.
USC, they always get more love than what they deserve, but that's okay. They haven't been good since they played Texas in the Rose Bowl, have they?
How long ago was that?
2000. Lordy be, I don't know. I was a very young a very young child then.
Tier 2, called the Heisman Waiting Room, with 3 players: NC State's Devin Leary, Utah's Cam Rising,
Is he a Mormon?
and Miami's Tyler Van Dyke. Those are the 3 making up the next three.
I've never seen a single one of them take a snap with my own two eyes.
And then we get into Tier 3, which they're saying are pretty good players. And there's 8 of them. They list Virginia's Brennan Armstrong, Louisville's Malik Cunningham, Wake Forest's Sam Hartman.
Another nerd.
Coastal Carolina's Grayson McCall.
He's probably got syphilis.
Purdue's Aiden O'Connell, Mississippi State's Will Rogers, which I completely agree with, and Arkansas's KJ Jefferson, which I completely agree with. Also in that Tier 3 is Hendon Hooker. Maybe having him at the top. Now, by the way, he was 4th in that. I waited and put him at, announced him to move it along.
Yeah, I mean, we got a little suspense, give us a reason to be mad.
But I could definitely see him at the top of this list. We get a couple games under his belt. Maybe he moves up into that Tier 2. Is he a Heisman contender? No, probably not.
I mean, unless he just heats up. I mean,
can he be?
Yeah,
most definitely.
I could see him. I'm not saying he is one.
Most definitely.
Could he be? Yes.
He could. He has. You hear some of the commentators while the game's going on say he's dangerous on his feet, and then I just don't see him as that skillful running quarterback. But I didn't see Josh Dobbs that way either, and he turned out to be great at it.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. And you know what? Let's just say 75% of why Hendon Hooker's on that list, right? Because it's the University of Tennessee, and everybody knows I'm going to play that card, buddy. Everybody knows ESPN hates UT.
Oh yes,
and they hate the fan base because we're all a-holes, and they don't like Tennessee fans. Don't forget, they still remember in 98 or was it 97?
Oh, it
might have been 99. I was very young when Lee Corso called us trailer trash. Now, whether that's right or wrong, that's neither here nor there. Get what I'm saying? He was doing it disrespectfully, and they've never forgot. They never will. And, ESPN got so butthurt about that so long ago that the fans were giving them so much crap. And Tennessee fans are somewhat crazy. Probably more than what you and I would consider ourselves. I mean, we're crazy too.
If the Saturday morning show, game day, comes and Tebow is there, he's probably going to get some mustard thrown at him because he was throwing a couple shots at Hooker too, saying, he's
mad because you gotta give credit where credit's due. Tim Tebow is a fantastic fullback that played quarterback. He could. I mean, we know he couldn't hit a daggum bull on the butt with a bowl full of rice. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't never heard that.
No, I have never heard that.
That's an East Tennessee saying right there. Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. You get where my drift is.
I get what it was alluding to, and that's definitely going to become a YouTube short or a reel on Instagram.
I churched it up a little bit too. You're supposed to say it another way, but yeah, couldn't hit a bull in the butt with a bowl full of rice. That's the slogan. But we know that also in his DNA, Tim Tebow has in his DNA to hate University. So he went to Florida.
Hey, brainwashed. They sit you down in a room in a head strap, and you just watch these videos of hate Tennessee.
Well, I mean, they also do that at Arkansas. They also do that at freaking North Monroe, Louisiana. I mean, it don't matter what school, everybody hates Tennessee. For some reason, the other fan bases see us as like, oh, they get so much coverage. Well, some of the crazies that are in the group bring the coverage upon themselves kind of thing.
Yes. Hey, if you don't like it, turn it.
Well, maybe they're jealous that they're just not in our, maybe they're just,
Yeah, that's why are they always talking about Tennessee? Because we're worth talking about. Speaking of last week, we didn't.
Good or bad?
We didn't do this last week. We didn't go, hey, congratulations, baseball, taking the SEC tournament trophy home. Basketball, taking the SEC tournament trophy home. Who else was it? Soccer, women's soccer, like swim team.
I don't watch communist kickball. I don't know.
The Tennessee athletic program right now is on fire. So
yeah, I mean it's Mr. White's got it rolling in the right direction.
Got it rolling. Saw a picture today of new sod laying out next to Neyland, getting ready to sod her up.
I mean, sometimes Neyland doesn't look too good. Shields Watkins does not look too good sometimes.
Sometimes it does not. No.
They need to bring back the hedges.
It's almost like they got too much band practice happening on it, and they need to go elsewhere.
I know they do that in the parking lot.
Hendon's 2021 season stats: 2,945 yards, placing him 37th in the ranking of quarterbacks. 31 touchdown passes, tied for 12th. You'll like this one right here. Out of all the passes and all the overthrows and all the completions and everything that happened, you know how many times he was intercepted last year?
7. Dale Earnhardt, baby.
3. Tied for second place.
Pretty good, considering that we flip it and fling it around a lot.
As much as they throw it, come on now. Only 3. His quarterback ranking is 77.9. Is that 16th? I can't read my own screen because it's too small.
That's in the nation, right?
That's in the nation. That is quarterbacks.
I don't know. Did you get it put where it was like in the SEC? Do you know like that? I know I'm putting you on the spot. You're the stats guy. I'm just the jokes. I mean, I don't keep up with that stuff.
We can most definitely go look at some. As far as narrowing that down to the SEC, you had Alabama's Bryce Young, number 1. Will Rogers, number 2. Hendon Hooker was number 3.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty good considering how much love the Levitt fella from Kentucky got.
Yeah, he's not in the top 5. Let's see. He was 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets a lot of love, too. But no, we got to watch out for Spencer Rattler. There's a snake in my boots.
Yeah, we're going to see about Spencer Rattler. So, Hendon Hooker, we're expecting a great season out of as long as they can keep him healthy and keep him safe. Offensive line has to do their job, in which it's what they're training to do, right?
What you think, yes.
We'll take a quick break, and then we'll get back to your team picks for this week, South Carolina and Arkansas schedule, and we'll give our predictions on both. All right, Tennessee fans, welcome back. Halfway through this show, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button, hit that notify icon bell, bell, to get notifications of when we have our new videos out or when we are going live. You never know. We may just decide to just
catch a wild
pop in and do it. You never know.
Maybe even live stream a game, watching it.
Ooh,
never could tell.
You don't want to do that. We'd have to mark that one not for kids.
No, I think I could hold it in.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh.
And picking up with your picks there for this week's, your team picks rather. South Carolina's who we'll start off with. South Carolina 3-5 in the conference last year, 7-6 overall. Shane Beamerball did win the Duke Mayo Bowl and took his bath at the end of that one.
I mean, they had to be getting some money to the athletic department to take a bath and Duke's mayonnaise. I am a fan. I do like Duke's mayonnaise.
You are the Duke.
I mean, no pun intended. They probably did a little better than what was expected. Why? But it's not as much. It's not as much like hype as what they're supposed to be getting. They haven't won crap. They made it to the SEC championship with Steve Spurrier, right? What, one time, 2 times? And
once that I know of.
Anything since then?
No. Muschamp was.
We haven't either. So no.
Muschamp is not there for a reason anymore. Anyway,
and they have Clemson in state, which is
That's, we'll get to that game because that concludes their season with Clemson and State. Why Tennessee, other than maybe just going for all of the viewership on a Thursday night? Because I would rather watch Tennessee and Ball State than the home opener of South Carolina and Georgia State on a primetime 7:30 7:30 Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night. I don't know what channel it's going to be on just yet.
Okay.
But yeah, that should ESPN the Ocho.
Mm-hmm.
Obscure sports.
Yeah, they come on right after rubber band shooting contest.
So
I just made that up.
Paper football kicking. I'm going to put us down here. Let's see.
I mean, we know who's going to win that one.
Duke and myself. We'll see how these things pan out.
You could ask somebody from Denmark who's going to win that game.
Yeah.
And they'd be able to tell you.
Yeah.
Gamecocks.
Okay.
Let me take my wooden shoes.
Well, they get right into it. Their second week, September 10th, a noon game at Arkansas.
That's probably going to be a good one.
I do think it's going to be a good one, and I think Arkansas wins it.
I agree.
Okay.
28 to
you're
14.
You're going into.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, I think Arkansas is going to win too. I agree.
And then right after that, they host Georgia.
So they're going to start season out 1 and 2.
Yes, they are. They most certainly are.
That's a pretty good. I'm used to having a gauntlet of the season because Tennessee always has a gauntlet of the season.
They get their first 2 there, and then they host Charlotte. So
that's a pity game.
Yeah, and then they host South Carolina State.
So now we're back to 3 and 2.
I'm not even asking you. I'm just writing down. I know what you got.
Yeah, that's easy.
And then they travel to Lexington and face Kentucky.
I think that's going to be a good game too. Actually,
what do you got it as?
So they're playing. Just a winner. They're playing in the grocery store, right?
They're playing.
They're playing at the grocery store.
For those of you that live in Florida and watch this, and you don't know what Kroger's is.
Kroger's in Florida, is it not?
I mean, that's where Publix started, so I don't know if Kroger's has made its way down there.
It'd be like Neyland named Food City, the Food City Stadium, which would be bad. Living in Nashville, it stinks that there's no Food Cities.
Hey, Manchester has one. It's brand new. It's nice.
I know. I've heard Franklin, where I live, Franklin to Manchester's like an hour and a half. I've debated the one to go get the Terry's potato chips.
Let me tell you.
Potato chips and Dr. Eno.
I have been in it multiple times, and it is nice.
Anyway.
I've already guessed what I think you're going to say.
I'm going to say Kentucky's going to win.
Okay, good. I had us both for a loss for South Carolina on that one.
Yeah.
Then they host Texas A&M.
That might be like an upset game for them to win. Spencer Rattler's got something to prove coming from that side of the world. A lot of it depends on him. Because wasn't Beamer, didn't he work at Oklahoma State or something?
Don't know.
No, Oklahoma, not Oklahoma State, Oklahoma. I think that's where he came from.
I think that's where he came from. I think that's where he came from.
He drafted, he recruited.
Are you picking them for an upset on that one?
Yes, I'm picking South Carolina for an upset.
All right.
Sometimes you got to take a chance.
It's where we.
I can always change my mind too after I see a couple games.
We get a couple games. We need to
take that back.
Need to edit that.
This is a too early win-loss.
They're rolling into the next one. Saturday, October 29th is their homecoming game. They host Missouri.
Eli Drinkowitz is public enemy number 1 with Tennessee fans right now.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina's going to blow the doors off of them.
Okay. Then they travel to the largest SEC high school equivalent stadium, which is Vanderbilt.
There's another one for South Carolina.
And then the Salute the Troops game, Saturday, November 19th. South Carolina Gamecocks host Tennessee Volunteers.
So they'll be out there in one of them crazy Under Armour camouflage jerseys, I'm sure. Or the numbers are going to be camouflage.
Most definitely.
I mean, once again, it helps. It matters on the health of both teams. Tennessee can just run the score up on almost anybody. Mm-hmm. Now, stopping other people, that's the problem. Which we're working on it.
Loss for South Carolina on that one?
Yeah, I already picked Tennessee to beat them. So
yes, you did. And finally, the last game is at Clemson.
Death Valley. Clemson should win that. Should.
So.
They had a down year last year. They'll probably have a bounce back this year.
Oh, you know what? I'm sitting here counting them going, that's only 11. I missed Florida. I skipped right over. I saw the orange of Tennessee and skipped right over Florida. So we'll go ahead. That's where I put in your 6. And so I'm saying they're 5-7. You're saying they're.
But I am a little worried about Florida coming back to it from last week, saying that Tennessee is going to lose to them. It's been very quiet.
It's been quiet.
Maybe a little too quiet.
It's been quiet.
And I know they had high hopes on Napier. And I talked to Luke the other day, and he's not very happy with him.
No, he doesn't even think.
He wanted Lane Kiffin. Come on, man.
Dude. So?
Come on, man. Can you not see what he does?
So?
Lane Kiffin's that one that has commitment issues.
He does have commitment issues. But
when the relationships get pretty serious, he bounces. He's gone.
He hypes up a program, and, I mean, I could see him over Napier, yes. I mean, Luke thinks that the Gators will not even go to a bowl this year.
Napier might be a one-and-done kind of thing if that happens.
He very well could be. We'll take one quick break, and when we come back, we'll do Arkansas and see how we pick out their schedule.
Razorbacks!
Tennessee, there ain't no place Welcome back, Tennessee fans. We'll let that finish out.
Just brings a warmth and love and feeling in my heart.
Tennessee, welcome to Tennessee. Now let's talk about Arkansas.
Hey, I was giving you that for some future.
Hey, it's
clips.
We're in there. They will open up their season with Cincinnati coming to town.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is Cincinnati, did that fella left though, right? The quarterback that was so good?
Don't know.
I think he got drafted from the Nasty Natty. I don't know. I don't keep up with the Nasty Natty.
No.
If that quarterback's gone, then Arkansas beats the brakes off of them.
So you're going with a win for Arkansas
depending on the quarterbacks, but yes.
As am I. Then they go to South Carolina, where we've already picked that one, so we're going to skip. Missouri State. They host Missouri State.
We should play What's That Mascot?
So
it's probably a bulldog.
It looks like a lion.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! But if I'm like percentage-wise, if I didn't know what a mascot was, which I don't know what that was, 100% of the time I'm picking a bulldog just because
because there's lots of those.
The percentages are on my side.
Neutral site, Saturday, September 24th. They're playing at AT&T Stadium, making them feel like they're in the big times against Texas A&M.
Yeah, because Jerry Jones went to school at Arkansas, right? I think that's why he does that.
Sure.
I'm 99.9% sure that's why they play there every year, because Jerry Jones went to school there.
Who do you have winning it?
A&M.
Good. So they're 3-1 at this point on both.
Pretty good start for the Razorbacks, if we're being honest.
And then they host Alabama.
I think it's going to be close in the first half. But then Alabama wins.
Then they go to Mississippi State.
I mean, they still got Mike Leake, so you can never tell. They might run out there with a bunch of daggum.
You never know.
Raccoons as the offensive line. Trained raccoons, assassins.
300-pound raccoon assassins.
Arkansas should win that.
So you got to win.
Yeah, I'll have to pick a crazy game here soon that they're going to lose.
Yeah, I'm going with a loss on that one. Well, here's a crazy one then. Then they travel to the full offensive lineup of 40-year-olds. Who is that?
That's daggum the Mormons.
Brigham Young.
Yeah, BYU. I about said UAB.
What happens in Provo, Utah?
I feel like the Mormons are probably going to be a little hungover from their party the night before in the fellowship hall. So Arkansas should win.
Then there's lots of road trips here. First Starkville, then Utah, and then they will go to Auburn.
Auburn should win that one, right? I mean, I don't know.
I would probably give Auburn the win on that.
I mean, just talk about pedigree of program.
And they come back home for their homecoming November 5th and face Liberty.
That's another bunch of Bible beaters up there, buddy, in Virginia. Isn't Hugh Freeze still the football coach?
I thought I just saw an article of him leaving and hanging it up, but I don't remember. It was something real quick. It caught my attention, then it was gone.
Okay, so here's another question before I pick this game.
Okay.
I think in the movie The Blind Side, I think Hugh Freeze is the high school coach in that movie. Like, that's the guy supposed to be I think during that time, Hugh Freeze coached at that high school.
I think so. What an awesome trivia piece there.
I don't know if check me real quick.
You know what? I'm not going to check you. I'm going to say...
Leave a comment below. Bye!
I'm going to say first person in the comment below with the right thing, and it's not someone that we know.
Yeah. Rad Remington, you out.
You're disqualified. We'll have something for you. A little Tennessee Fan Talk prize.
I think. Don't quote me, but I think.
You still haven't picked it.
Oh. Who are they playing? Oh, they're playing Liberty. They'll beat Liberty. I didn't think I had to pick it.
Well, you were straying away. You were straying away.
You got cupcakes on homecoming most of the
time. They host LSU next.
LSU beats them. I got high hopes for LSU this year.
And then they host Ole Miss.
Ole Miss beats them.
I agree with you. And then they go to Missouri to finish out their season.
They should beat Missouri.
So
I think I got them at 6-6 as well. Maybe 5-7.
You're opposite.
7-5?
7-5.
Oh, okay.
I have them at
6. Oh, because you have them losing to Mississippi State.
Yes. There we have it. Our predictions for both South Carolina and Arkansas.
We just fake it till we make it, boys. That's all we're doing. Fake it till we make it.
Hey, we can fake it. If I roll back in, I do want, while we're talking about schedules, okay, just real quick, I do want to roll back in. We had some comments on YouTube.
I saw that. I like that, and I don't know who they are. You might. I don't.
I have no idea.
We're still going to lose. I love it. I love to see it. I like strangers. Come on.
And looking at last week's, we had, of course, Mr. Tim Bradley. Thank you for putting on there. Glad to be back. And he's saying that the Vols will go 9-3 this year, which is what I said.
Preach it to the mountaintops, fine, sir. I don't believe you, but preach it from the mountaintops.
Mine has an asterisk next to it because they could just Anyway, they got to beat Florida. They have to beat Florida. I think they will beat Florida. And he's got LSU, Bama, and Georgia as losses.
I agree with those three for sure. Tennessee fan. I tried my best. Like, I'm telling myself right now, it's going to be 8-4. But when the kickoff starts, I'll have my dumb ass thinking it's going to be undefeated.
Hey, Tennessee Boy 87 says got his orange shades on, which I like, with a couple blowout wins. Big blowout win at with Ball State, a 3-score win over Pitt, a blowout for Akron, a 2-score win by over Florida.
Once again, preach it, brothers and sisters.
2-score win over LSU.
My man is. I love to hear it.
He's got them orange shades on.
I'm not going to change my mind.
A close loss for Bama. Now remember, last season we went into halftime, did we not, with the lead against Bama, or it was very close, and then
since when does going into halftime mean diddly squat for the University of Tennessee?
Nothing. UT Martin blowout win. He said Kentucky.
I love it. They beat him. They beat him 3 times.
He said close loss to what now? He said a close loss to Kentucky.
Well, Kentucky,
like I said last week, if it weren't for the face mask missed by the officials last year, we most definitely could have lost that game.
Who's to say if we didn't drop the nuke, we might be communist right now?
So I think maybe he has these two reversed because he has Georgia as a close win.
Yeah, I think he might have had a little typo there.
He may need to turn them around. Mizzou a 3-score win. South Carolina with a close win. Vandy is a blowout.
Death, taxes, and the University of Tennessee beating Kentucky. I've said it forever. Guarantees. Just mark it on the calendar.
This is what's going to happen.
Death, taxes, and University of Tennessee beats Kentucky.
So thank you guys for commenting on that. Remember, we have the Tennessee Fan Talk prize pack up for grab if you can answer Duke's question on
And I'm telling you, that was honest to God off the top of my head. We didn't plan this. There's no planning.
Nope. There's no planning.
I always shoot from the hip.
Come on. Did Hugh Freeze, was he the coach at whatever school that Michael Orr went to? What was the name of the school? Because it wasn't the right name in the movie.
I don't remember the school.
What was the name of the school? And was Hugh Freeze the coach, or who was it?
I think Hugh Freeze was the coach.
I think I need to. Yeah, that's right here. We're gonna end this off really nicely, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We're just counting it down. We're getting so close. It's getting so exciting. The intensity is building. Neyland's looking great. We're ready for some football. You know, I rarely go to the first 1 or 2 games of the season because Neyland is blazing freaking hot. And I see so many people passing out. Medics are running all over the place. But now with it being a Thursday night, a Thursday evening game, I might go.
I got to be in the office on Friday.
I might just have to go. Might have to do it. We'll make Duke feel good.
There's about to be a lot of natural ice crush this year during football season, baby.
The Duke's theme song as we roll out. Thank you again. Remember, social media, wherever you are, we are at Tennessee Fan Talk, TN Fan Talk. Give us a like, give us a follow, share us, let us be known.
Tell us if you like us, if you don't like us.
If you don't like us,
we don't care.
Just share it.
I don't like myself sometimes.
For Tennessee's sake.